Our area's most beautiful properties deserve the finest realtors. Meeks Realty Group. We focus on buying and selling residential and commercial properties throughout the tri-state area. Contact Meeks Realty Group online at meeks.us or call 304-440-1101.
The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. 580 Live is presented by Thornhill Automotive and is broadcast live from the Parmar Stores studio. The country, the United States of America. The state, West Virginia. The city, Charleston. This is 580 Live. And your host of 580 Live.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
And a good Monday morning to you from the Parmar Store studio. 580 Live brought to you by the Thornhill Auto Group, the voice of Charleston, WCHS. Ryan Nicholson is our producer today. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Fruit Pharmacy text 304-935-5008. We do the show from the Parmar Store studio. If there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. Parmar's newest location is here in the Valley. It's 2725 Winfield Road in Scary Creek, just off the St. Albans exit of I-64. They actually opened up on Friday. Now you can join them tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock along with the Putnam County Chamber of Commerce for a ribbon cutting at that all-new location. It used to be a 7-Eleven, and it's been closed for a while. They just reopened it, and that ribbon cutting is tomorrow at 3 o'clock. And again, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. And 580 Live is brought to you by Thornhill Auto Group, including the new Thornhill Toyota. Toyota's celebration continues. Come check out the sleek Camry, the versatile RAV4, the all-new Tacoma 2. Drive away with a smile on your face and money in your pocket with Thornhill. Click or come by Thornhill Toyota, WV.com, or on US 119 in Chapmanville. Coming up on the show today, we are loaded up. We got Rashida Yost, who is a candidate for governor on the Republican ticket in West Virginia. We're going to talk to her a little bit later on, but of course it's Mayor Monday. We bring a different mayor into the studio to talk to us each Monday, and our good friend Kay Summers of the town of Clendenin is with us this morning. Good morning, Mayor. How are you?
Good morning, Dave. How are you?
I'm doing fine. You brought the heavy hitters with you.
I brought some big timers with me today, and I'm so excited. May I introduce
You
them?
can do whatever you want.
Well, we have with us today Mr. Michael Kelly, and he's principal of the new Herbert Hoover High School. Mm-hmm. He was also principal of the old Herbert Hoover High School, too, as well, for many years. And then we have Coach Joey Fields with our Herbert Hoover High School football team. So
we had some exciting stuff going on in the land of the Huskies, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later on. But before let's just take it kind of like in chronological order, but because before we get to the weekend, you actually have a big event going on in town tomorrow. Is that right?
That's right. We have back to school, backpack blessings, and we're having a style show. We're having music on the stage, but we're letting the kids shop for their school supplies, backpacks, paper, pencils, pens, and all that, for all ages, and we are real excited about that.
And that was a collaborative effort of a lot of churches in the area.
All of our churches, our ministerial association, and other churches have put into it, and it's going to be a big event.
And what time does everything start tomorrow?
It starts at 4 o'clock on Main Street.
4 o'clock Main Street.
It goes to like 7 or 8.
Yeah, so you got music, you got a style show, a little bit of everything going on there tomorrow, and of course,
and some free refreshments.
And you're giving out the backpacks or the school supplies and whatever else you got going on there. So want to make sure we get that in there. We'll have further information about that available on Dave Allen Radio on Facebook. Let me bring in Principal Mike Kelly here. And talk a little bit about this new school, Principal. I mean, 7 long years. Did you ever think you'd get here?
I always knew that we would get here, and we discussed with the students very early on that we were going to continue to have high expectations, and that excuses are just a reason to fail. We knew we were going to get here eventually. Has it been a long haul? It sure has. But our kids have achieved in academics and athletics at a rate greater than we have ever achieved in the history of the school.
It's amazing.
I'm so proud of them. So proud of this community. They stuck with us. We did not lose enrollment. Our enrollment is up since the flood. And our community, I told them early on, as long as we hold together, as long as we stick together, that we're going to be fine. And we have been more than fine. We've excelled. We've had people that have been with us forever. We have people that are relatively new to us, like Coach Fields right here. And he's just brought something and added a whole new level of excitement to our community. And we're just super proud of what we've accomplished.
And the actual education component there, Mike, for the last couple of years, I had a chance to go up there in my previous job and work with some of the students up there at Herbert Hoover High School, doing some stuff when I worked for the Secretary of State's office, and you know, going into those the buildings that you were forced to utilize there, it was a little difficult, you know, because it wasn't your traditional learning environment. I mean, they were basically modular buildings, for lack of a better term, and things like that. But those students still achieved, as you said, and it says something about not only the students, Mike, but I think it also says something about the support of the community and the parental and in some cases the grandparental involvement as well. Well,
we can start right with Kay has sent us 4 outstanding granddaughters. We have families. I'm blessed to work in this community because our families send us terrific kids. They're respectful. They try to do what you tell them to do. They try hard to learn. They care about each other, and it's just the best place in the world to work. And I am thrilled for our community because I think it's mutually beneficial. I feel like they benefit us with what they send us with their children, and I feel like that the new school is going to benefit the community. I'm so excited for what's going on up in Clendenin and everything that Kay and them are doing and kind of trying to reinvent Clendenin. And the whole community. But our property values are up. People are buying up real estate, looking to build. And I just believe a rising tide raises all ships. And I really believe that it's an exciting time and what we may be able to accomplish in the coming years and decades on Elk River is very exciting.
Talk about what that first day of instruction is going to look like for Herbert Hoover High School. We'll get to football in a moment. Let's talk about the academics.
Yeah, it's going to be the first day is always a little bit of a strange day. You know, you get
no matter what the school is.
No matter what it is, but this is going to be a little bit different too. We can't bring the kids in for an orientation because we still have active construction going on. So
right up to the last minute, I guess.
Right up to the last minute, and probably even past the last minute, we're going to be working around some folks. But that's okay. We'll adapt like we always have. The first day is going to be a lot of first day stuff, forms, emergency cards, things like that, and then it's going to be orientation. We're going to have the teachers take the kids around the building because they don't know where everything is yet.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to teach them that. But we'll get all that taken care of first couple of days, and then we'll get back after it and get on with instruction.
But now everything is going to be set to go.
Yeah, we're going to go
on the first day. Okay.
We're going to go. We're going to be adapting and working around some
kind of work in progress.
Contractors that are doing finishing work. But we've learned to adapt very well in the last 7 years, so we'll be just fine.
I have no doubt. Let me talk to head football coach Joey Fields. What does this mean, Coach, for you and your team to actually be able to get into this state-of-the-art facility and get back? I mean, you never left the field, but I mean, to have, quote unquote, a little bit more normalcy.
No, it's an exciting time. You know, our students and our athletes, everyone has done more with less than anyone in the state. So it's an exciting time to be a part of Herbert Hoover, our staff, our community, our student body. And we've stressed to our football team in the offseason is our hard work, is it matching the expectation and the excitement we now have? And if it is, then we think we can have another competitive team. But no, to have the facilities and the school, it's special. So we don't take it for granted, and we try to stress that to our kids. But I think they understand that, and they've worked hard so far.
As a coach, how do you put all the distractions and all the hoopla behind you and concentrate on the field stuff?
Yeah, well, there's definitely that, and
because there's still a football game. Once the regular season, you got this scrimmage coming up. We'll talk about that in a bit, but there's still a football game and a football season to play.
Absolutely. We want to give them those experiences and those memories, but also we tell them is when the helmet's strapped up, it's in between the lines. It's about playing football and executing and playing hard. But no, our kids understand what they're a part of and what's coming and what we have that a lot of people have worked very, very hard to get for them. So, no, we have, like Mr. Kelly said, we have a good group of kids that act right and work hard, and it makes it enjoyable to be around them each day, no matter what.
Let's talk about this scrimmage you got coming up.
Yeah.
This is like the most anticipated scrimmage in the history of high school sports in West Virginia.
That's absolutely. No, we tell them you're playing in the biggest. You're playing in the biggest scrimmage in the history of West Virginia high school football.
You are? Yeah.
But it's fun, and we've been in a lot. Maybe not an atmosphere like this, but we were fortunate to play for a state championship last year, and played in some big games here in the last couple of years. But I want them to soak it in and enjoy it. But also, it's we're 8 practices now and 1 scrimmage for it being real, and they'll be keeping score then. So we have to take that advantage when we do get it to get better. And
you've also got a special guest, Mayor. I'll bring you in on this. A guy by the name of Paisley is going to be showing up there to cheer on his alma mater in a scrimmage, right?
You're right, but I think Mr. Kelly needs to tell you about that because I think he has joined the Brad Paisley team, entourage. I think he's going to be an assistant manager.
Now let's talk about how it is that Brad Paisley got involved in this whole thing to begin with, because when the flood happened in 2016, there were several political folks and West Virginia natives that all got a part. But Brad Paisley was one of those that was like, from what I remember and what I recall, was one of the first ones to show up, to make phone calls and to say, what can I do? And this hasn't been like we see with a lot of celebrities. They just show up, they shovel something, and they take a picture and they leave. He has been an active part, Brad Paisley has, Mr. Kelly, of this entire process, has he not?
He has. Both Brad and Jennifer Garner were on the ground very early on. And as you said, it wasn't just a photo op for them. They then put their money where their mouth was, and they went out and they helped raise funds for flood relief. And so and then as we got closer to opening, there were some folks, Jennifer Wentz, who reached, and some of our band parents who reached out to Mr. Paisley, and he expressed an interest in coming back and trying to kind of bring it full circle. And then it has kind of evolved from there. Okay, and it's been a lot of work, but it's for a good cause. And Coach Fields was talking about one of the things that we as educators love is to give our kids opportunities to do special things, just like he was talking about with our state tournament run last year, and our kids getting to go to Mountaineer Field and getting to go up and play in Frankfort in the semifinals, getting to go to Wheeling. And it's not only for the football players, it's for, when something like that happens, it raises up everybody in the school. The kids get excited and they get these opportunities, and this is another opportunity for our kids to do something special that very few schools can provide for them. So that's why it's worth the effort. It's worth the work that I'm putting in, that Kay's putting in. Kay is my co-principal right now. Coach Fields is putting in. Carrie is putting in. Jennifer. It's a huge effort, but it's worth the effort because it's something that these kids will never forget.
So what exactly is going to go on with this scrimmage? Because I know the schedule's kind of fluctuated a little bit, but give us the time and tell us exactly what people are going to see this weekend.
Gates are going to open at 2:30.
This is on Saturday, yeah,
the 19th.
Yeah, and by the way, we're going to be broadcasting live from there starting. I think Chris is going to start about 4. Chris and Jeff and the team are going to be up there starting about 4. But gates open at 2:30.
Gates open at 2:30. We will have our marching band will kick off at 4:30. The ribbon cutting for the new school will start at 4:45. Football will start at 5:45, and then we expect Mr. Paisley to come on between 7 and 7:15 if everything stays on schedule.
Now, this is a non-concert?
It's I don't know exactly what we're calling it, but
I came up with the term non-concert because his people, I guess, said this is not a concert. He's not going. But I'm going to tell you something about Brad Paisley, and I've told you guys this off the air. I attended an event at the Greenbrier not long ago, last year with Brad Paisley, and it was non-concert. Brad Paisley's got more than 10 people he's singing. He's going to do something. I don't know.
Let me say, I think one of the things, and this thing has evolved, as I've said, but I think they don't want to give the expectation that he's going to do a full 90-minute concert like he normally does.
Yeah.
But let me just say, I would anticipate it will be somewhere between a 90-minute concert and him just waving his hand and saying hello. Okay,
somewhere in there,
somewhere in between there. Okay,
that's like Coach Fields saying, "Well, we're either going to go out and pass the football around, or we're going to go to overtime in this thing. It's going to be one of the two."
What classifies a concert? How many songs do you have to sing to be a concert?
Yeah. So how are you doing as far as letting people in for this thing? Because there's going to be a lot of people with no ties necessarily, from the Kanawha Valley that are just going to say, "Hey, I want a chance to see Brad Paisley." How's that working, Coach?
We've done we tried hard from the start. We started selling tickets kind of in waves. Mm-hmm. We wanted to make sure that our students were taken care of.
Yes, of course.
B, that our alumni were taken care of. C, that our community were taken care of. And so we kind of sold it in cycles. And we are continuing. The mayor and I are passing out field passes to folks all this week. We just got those in hand, literally Friday. So we're hustling on this thing, and we are expecting in the ballpark of 5,000 people up there, and we will be. We have about 800 parking spots on site. We will be parking and running shuttles from Elkview Middle School, Elkview Baptist Church, and from the old Kmart parking lot out at the interstate there on Exit 9. KRT has been very good to help us with shuttles. Let me also say the County Commission, law enforcement, emergency medical services have been all hands on deck to help us with this event, and we're very grateful to them.
Indeed. All right.
We're real excited.
Mayor, what does all this mean for the town of Clendenin as we close this segment?
It's not only the town of Clendenin, it's the Elk River residents, and everyone really is excited. Everybody's talking about it. They want to get up there. They're excited about the new school. I can't wait for them to walk in the first day. It's absolutely wonderful. Like Mike and Coach Fields said, this is another opportunity for our kids because some will never experience anything like this ever.
Yeah.
And it's going to teach them pride, too, because everything's nice and new.
Yeah, nice, new, and clean.
And clean.
Which is not very common in the world of public schools. Is that right? Is that right, Mr. Kelly?
Mr. Kelly?
Some more than others.
I will tell you, Mr. Kelly stresses nice and clean in his schools, so I'm sure that is. But it's absolutely beautiful, and we're all excited about this.
It's going to be a great time, and the weather, fingers crossed, looks absolutely perfect for all the activities this weekend. So, guys, I appreciate Mayor Summer. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. And Mr. Kelly, thank you for being here as well. And Coach Fields, good luck with everything. It's going to be an exciting time, and it's a state-of-the-art facilities. And I haven't had a chance to see the school, but I know Carrie Hudasek from our news team went up there, and there are, from what there are Division I schools that don't have some of the facilities like you have up there. Yeah. So, all right, guys.
Well, Dave, I'd like to invite you to come up and visit the school.
I would love to come.
And Coach Fields take you on a tour.
I would love to do that.
Wear your walking shoes because there's a lot of walking.
We'll let you get through this weekend, and I'll hook up with you later. How's that?
Sounds good.
All right, it's Principal Mike Kelly and head football coach Joey Fields and Herbert Hoover and Mayor of Clendenin, Kay Summers. Guys, I appreciate you being here. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for having us, Dave.
All right, hang out with me 1 second here. 580 Live, presented in part by Husson's Pizza. This month, get yourself a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza and an order of cheese sticks, only $21.99 for locations. To place an order or for delivery, visit HussonsPizza.com. Republican candidate for Governor Rashida Yost is up next from the Par-Mar Store Studio. 580 Live, brought to you by the Thornhill Auto Group on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses have been creating jobs in West Virginia since 1997.
We are professional grade. Hey, it's Sydney inviting you to conquer the great outdoors this summer on the Thornhill Motor Mile. The GMC Sierra has you covered. Off-road capability to conquer any terrain. Plus, select new 2023 GMC Sierra trucks available 0.9% APR. Plus $1,250 trade assist. Plus 90-day payment deferral. Plus. Well equipped with our Thornhill Value Plus warranty. Long-term coverage plus. Quicker come by today at ThornhillGMSuperstore.com or on US 119 in Chapmanville and drive your summer like a pro. Must qualify for all offers through GM Financial. See Thornhill for all details.
Reckless big government policies are putting the American dream out of reach. We all know Washington is broken, but it doesn't have to be. Senator Joe Manchin could be part of the solution if he stood up for West Virginia values. Instead, he voted with Joe Biden on the Inflation Reduction Act, which led to higher taxes, trillions in new spending, and tens of thousands of new IRS agents. Tell Joe Manchin, Mountaineers want real, common sense solutions. To learn more, visit ProsperityIsPossible.com. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Discover endless fun at Reed's Entertainment in Putnam Village Plaza. This week's 50-50 Friday. Tee off on their indoor putt-putt golf course, perfect for family outings or date nights. Celebrate in style in their spacious party room and experience the magic of galactic golfing under the stars in the evenings. Unleash your inner golfer in a fantastic environment at Reed's Entertainment. Friday at 9 a.m. Go to WCHSnetwork.com and click the 50-50 Friday button to get 50% off gift certificates for Reed's Entertainment, courtesy of the WCHS family of networks.
Unsure you're ready for retirement? That's understandable. After all, you only retire once. Make the smart choice and call 4th Avenue Financial. If it deals with retirement planning, you can be confident they have the experience you need. Retire right with 4th Avenue Financial. Go to 4thavenuefinancial.com or call 304-746-7977 to book your free introductory meeting today.
Securities offered through JW Cole Financial Incorporated, member FINRA SIPC. Advisory services offered through JW Cole Advisors Incorporated, JW Cole Financial, JW Cole Advisors, and 4th Avenue Financial are unaffiliated entities.
928, 580 Live, presented in part by Meeks Realty Group. Our area's most beautiful properties deserve the finest realtors. Meeks Realty Group. Visit them online, meeks.us, or call 304-440-1101. Biggly Piggly Wiggly hotline, 304-345-5858. Fruit Pharmacy text, 304-935-5008. Ryan Nicholson is our producer today. Appreciate everybody from Clendenin and Herbert Hoover coming in for the first segment of the show. What a great night it's going to be this coming Saturday night there in the land of the Huskies, man. And Brad Paisley's going to be there. 5,000 or more other people are going to be there. We're going to be, again, broadcasting live. Chris Lawrence and the team starting at about 4 o'clock from there this Saturday. Let me welcome in Republican candidate for governor, Rashida Yost. Ms. Yost, good morning. Thank you for being here.
Good morning, Dave. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here. First, give us the bio on Rashida Yost. Who are you, ma'am?
I am a proud wife of a Berkeley Springman. I have 3 daughters and 1 son. I reside in Eastern Panhandle in Martinsburg. I run my husband and I run daycare center, and we are so happy to be doing what we're doing, to be blessed that we're able to provide service to the community and to work with children and families.
So what are you doing in Charleston today? I mean, I know you're out campaigning, but what specifically are you doing today?
I have a few appointments. Tonight I have an engagement with the unions, and also tomorrow with the Fayette County GOP meeting. Okay. And I'm very excited. And today with you right now.
Right now.
So I will be here until Wednesday. And I would love to walk downtown and just, meet and greet people, which my favorite.
Okay, that's what you got to do. So why do you want to be governor?
I would want to share the things that I could see would benefit us, and that would be the preventive measures. My platform runs on a PUIP. First piece to protect, and that would be to place police on duties in schools so that we can help all the happenings in the school premises, like, drug transactions and also bullies, and also to ensure that we protect our children from these gender identities so that we can actually have women sports for women only, men's sports for men only, and also pro-life, definitely, and to make sure that our children, our babies who are going to come, are going to be ready, and our parents are going to be so educated to actually have all the availability on bringing the child, and also daycares to provide them. And then also to letter U is to upgrade. Now, why do I want to put upgrade in there? We have to make public schools great again, instill reading program, paid extracurricular activities, and give teachers and admin the extra time for planning and unwind. They also need time to evaluate. Now, these funding that I'm looking at will be tapped from Cure budget to preventive measures. Name me any preventive measures that we are actually introducing right now, like close to zero. We are so absorbed and concentrate on how to help people, open more juvenile, open more mental illness clinic. What are we doing to stop this from progressing, from increasing? We have to help our people, our children, so that this things will not keep increasing. We got to decrease it. Drug problems is a major issue. I hear this forever. Somebody got to step up, and who better to do the job than we ourselves, the people?
Well, and somebody who has spent their life, at least your adult life, as far as I know, working with kids. And I mean, as a matter of fact, the highlight of your platform, I was doing some of the research on you last night, is you talk about your dedication to kids and families.
Yes, I do, sir. And a lot can be done for them, with them. They are our driving force, driving factor. There will be no state if there are no people. I'm bending over backwards to make sure the people don't leave. Now, for the next I is to invest. Now, we need to have local investment. I came up with these counties which will open like a sub-county department whereby our retirees can actually invest locally. And what happened is that you can actually let the counties kind of like look into it. For example, 10 retirees put in $200,000. That's $2 million. Buy a land, build houses, and do it a sell here, buy here, pay here kind of deal. And that will make our West Virginian look forward like, hey, I can buy a home, and I will definitely work hard to pay mortgage instead of skyrocket rent. And if we get West Virginia to excel, which the last thing would be promote, we do not have to worry about getting everybody to come here to make it better. We make it better and we perform and we excel. People are going to come. And guess what? If they come, especially investors who would like to invest, it will be our term for the first time.
Talking to Republican candidate for governor Rashida Yost here on 580 Live. And Rashida, you'd have to admit that getting to the governor's mansion is going to be a bit of a struggle. I mean, you got some pretty heavy hitters out there like Patrick Morrissey and Mac Warner and Chris Miller and Moore Capito. I mean, you got some pretty heavy hitters out there. What's your plan?
Oh my, it is so nice you asked because I love answering this question. It's one of my favorite. Now, I go back to when we grew up, we look at the turtle and the rabbit story. Now, of course, with having all that big names, they kind of like have a head start, and being rabbits, they're okay. We're fast, we can run, we got our names up there. But what they fail to see maybe is like a turtle who would walk and not take a break and take every moment to get to the destination and finally win the game.
Well, best of luck to you on that.
Thank you.
I mean, what's the campaign been like so far? I mean,
it's been phenomenal.
It's kind of a grassroots effort. You're out there just shaking hands and meeting people and speaking to groups and whatever. How's it been so far?
Yes. The sad thing about it is that people talk to me and they tell me exactly what I feel, what exactly I'm going to do for them. And these are the people crying for help. And I cannot imagine why, our leaders are not listening. I keep telling everybody whom I met in counties and also at the fairs and even meet and greet, I hear you, I see you, and this is why I am running for you, to make a difference and to make the people be noticed, the needs met, and also to excel again.
Talking again with Republican candidate for governor Rashida Yost here on 580 Live. Rashida, some have said that the Republican Party as a whole is not very welcoming towards women. Obviously, I think people like Shelley Moore Capito and Carol Miller, just name a few, might have something to say about that. But your take on that?
I am going to say that being a woman is very blessed. We actually get to give birth and also we get to nurture. And I don't feel any inferior or any kind of like a situation whereby I feel that it's not going to be mine just because I'm a woman. And for that, my turtle motivation is going to go hit, skyrocket. And also to want to give a light to all the women in the world, not just West Virginia, in the nation, in the world, that with good intentions in your heart and God for your blessing, you can go anywhere. And like I said, being a woman doesn't undermine me. I don't feel any kind of like, oh, maybe I'm a woman, that's why. And honestly, I'm not even going to do any woman coalition. I didn't like, okay, let's go for the woman vote. I feel that everybody matters. And I have proven that. I wanted the men to feel as comfortable as the woman, that I'm a team player and I'm for everybody. And we have a job. We have an oath that we will take. We have a state to serve and to serve only.
Give me the 30-second elevator speech. Why should someone vote for Rashida Yost for governor?
Because I care, because I put children and families, the people first, and because I feel that to be heard, you have to send one of us to be the loudest and the biggest voice, and I am her. And I will fight for us. I will make sure that we get what we need, and I will make sure that we, the people, are going to be given the attention, are going to be cared for, and are going to excel. And we, the people, are going to make West Virginia proud.
Where can people learn more about your campaign?
Yost, 4, governor.org. Yost for Governor 2024 Facebook page.
Right? Okay.
And then also my Twitter at Rashida Yost, yostforgovernor.org, again, 4 for the website. And I will be there. I have been answering questions. And also you can email me at youmatter, one word, at yostforgovernor.org. West Virginia, I got you.
Right. Well, you certainly have the enthusiasm. I'll say that. There's the enthusiasm meter. I think Ryan just went off the charts here.
All the time. The children gave it to me. I got it from them.
Yeah, well, you can pick up a lot from them. Rashida Yost, Republican candidate for governor. I wish you the best of luck with the campaign. We'll talk soon. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Hang out with me just here 1 second. 580 Live, presented in part by Pinnacle Consultants. Whether you're replacing a roof, remodeling a kitchen, or replacing a bathroom to keep it safe and to keep it legal, get with Pinnacle Consultants. They can inspect your site, collect samples, perform lab analysis, and provide results within a week. Testing all for any time, folks, you do a renovation and you are testing. You have to test for mold, asbestos, and lead. It's the law in West Virginia. Visit pinnaclecorp.net for Pinnacle Consultants, because what you don't know can hurt you. 22 minutes away from 10. We're back after this from the Parmar Store Studio. 580 Live is brought to you by the Thornhill Auto Group on the voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses are small businesses with big impact, including Generations Physical Therapy and Snap Fitness.
Does your knee pain keep getting worse? How about that pain in your shoulder, your hip, or your back? Don't let them tell you steroids and surgery are your only option. Take my advice and call QC Kinetics. Hey, it's Dave Allen. QC Kinetics can make that pain go away with all natural advanced regenerative medicine. They're helping people here every day with these amazing natural treatments that restore and repair damaged joint tissue. It's like turning back the clock. Regenerative medicine uses concentrated healing agents from your own body to stimulate that damaged tissue in your joints so they can work like they're supposed to, and there's zero downtime. QC Kinetics is the nation's leader in this exciting medical breakthrough. Patients here are getting real lasting relief and are saying no to surgery and drugs. If you have pain due to injury or arthritis, this is a remarkable option that you need to check out, and the consultation is free. Call QC Kinetics of Huntington and Cross Lanes for your complimentary consultation. 304-202-5566. 304-202-5566.
We are professional grade. Hey, it's Sydney inviting you to conquer the great outdoors this summer on the Thornhill Motor Mile. The GMC Sierra has you covered. Off-road capability to conquer any terrain. Plus, select new 2023 GMC Sierra trucks available 0.9% APR. Plus $1,250 trade assist. Plus 90-day payment deferral. Plus. Well equipped with our Thornhill Value Plus warranty. Long-term coverage plus. Click or come by today at ThornhillGMSuperstore.com or on US 119 in Chapmanville and drive your summer like a pro. Must qualify for all offers through GM Financial. See Thornhill for all details.
At Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, we're proud to announce that during the entire month of August, portions of every vehicle sold will go to Wishes on Wheels, which benefits Hoops Family Children's and WVU Medicine Children's Hospitals. And for a limited time, during the Make This the Summer event, get 10% off MSRP on any brand new Jeep Compass in stock. Text or chat now at DutchMillerJeep.com and join Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston in helping local children and their families. On approved credit, not all qualify. See dealer for details.
It is 19 minutes away from 10. 580 Live brought to you part by QC Kinetics of Huntington and Cross Lanes. Is that knee pain getting worse? What about the pain in your shoulders, your hips, or your back? Get real, lasting relief without surgery, without drugs. or without downtime. Call QC Kinetics today, 304-202-5566, 304-202-5566 for QC Kinetics of Huntington and Cross Lane. Say what you will about Rashida Yost, but I will say this. I don't know that any other candidate's got that much enthusiasm. I mean, even when the microphone was off, she was bouncing around here taking selfies and whatever. Definitely enthusiastic. She's got a tough road ahead of her in that gubernatorial race. As I said, you know, with those other names, Morrissey, Warner, Capito, Chris Miller, the others that are in the race. But hey, you know, I don't think anybody's going to match her in enthusiasm. I will say that. Text says, I ask her how we upgrade with increasing fees or taxes. Text says, Dave's quote of the day, while trying not to laugh, well, best of luck to you on that. That's the texter said that, not me. Texter says, nice lady, would make a good Secretary of Education. To a texter. Texter says, Yost's platform sounds like every other Republican platform. She doesn't have a chance against Morrissey or Miller, according to a text. Is this candidate another pro-life fraud? If every life must be protected, does she agree with mandatory organ donation at death? If not, what principle is her disagreement based on? Well, she's pro-life. I can say that. She threw that out there. She's definitely pro-life. Text says, the only way to make anything great again is to get government out of the way again, according to a texter. Texter says, the story is the tortoise and the hare, not the turtle and the rabbit. Just saying. Phone calls to 580 Live are in service of Biggly Piggly Wiggly. When shopping at your Biggly Piggly Wiggly, be sure to join their loyalty program. You can save big at the gas pumps and throughout the store with their electronic coupons and free gifts on Fridays just for stopping by. From farm to table, Biggly Piggly Wiggly, the best kept secret in Charleston. Texting services provided by Fruth Pharmacy, your hometown family pharmacy. Well, tomorrow's the day. Think Ohio State, Michigan. Yoko and John versus the rest of the Beatles. Grant, Stonewall Jackson, Tommy Rich, Buzz Sawyer. It's the state Democratic Party chair and House of Delegates member Mike Pushkin versus state Republican Party vice chair Tony Hodge in this very studio, mano a mano, for right at about 52 minutes. I will have both tomorrow in the Par Mar Store studio for a nice little discussion about their respective parties, about what separates the two of them and their parties, the continuing number of people that are leaving one of those parties. What are the ideals of these two guys and their parties? We're going to talk about social issues and their upcoming battles for the White House. Not their upcoming battles, but upcoming battles for the White House and the Senate. It's going to be fun, and I hope civil, and your calls and texts will be welcome. Mike Pushkin and Tony Hodge on tomorrow's 580 Live with Dave Allen. Now, that having been said, let me see if I can pull it up here. Just before I came downstairs to do the show this morning, I got a press release from the state Republican Party and Chairman Elgin McCardle issuing a statement on Democrats fleeing their party. This is a quote from the press release. You'll see it all over the news. The West Virginia Republican Party is growing by the day as more and more voters feel left behind by the Democratic Party, and we are developing an affinity for our common sense conservative platform. As Republicans in West Virginia approach an unprecedented 100,000 registered voter advantage, it's clear that the Republican Party is the true governing party in our state, and we are a big tent for voters who believe in responsible governance. West Virginians who wish to join the Republican Party can do so at govotewv.com. While, again, continuing with the press release, while it is certainly exciting to witness these historic registration gains for the West Virginia GOP, it's also important to recognize that anyone can change their party registration. That does not mean they necessarily adhere to our values or our platform. Primary voters should be vigilant in researching candidates who seek Republican nominations to thoroughly ascertain where candidates stand on the issues and which office seekers align most with their views. McCardle concluded the West Virginia Republican Party welcomes all those who believe in our cause, and it will be the responsibility of the Republican primary voters to nominate candidates who have demonstrated their commitment to Republican principles and ideals. That is a statement that went out about 10 and 15 minutes or so before I went on the air from the state Republican Party chairwoman, Elgin McCardle. 15 minutes away from 10, it is Backpack Attack time. Our sister station, 107.3, The Beat, teaming up with Todd Judy Motors for our annual Backpack Attack. It'll take place in the parking lot here at 1111 Virginia Street East in Charleston this Thursday. This is the 16th year that we have done this. We have 500 backpacks to give away. Now, the lineup's going to start at 2 o'clock, and the backpacks will be given out from 3 till 5 this Thursday while supplies last. Kids must be present. Okay, you got to have the kids with you. and in order to get these backpacks. It's going to be a lot of fun. And even though this promotion is something we've done for the last 16 years on the beat, this is another example of us giving back to the community and all of the stations getting involved in this. We'll all be out there. I'm looking forward to it. Hope you can join us as well. Text says, Dave, will you take questions tomorrow? Text questions. Yes, absolutely. I will take text questions for Mr. Pushkin and Mr. Hodge on the show tomorrow. Text says, only Democrats left in the legislature are progressives and their future is not bright for them. Yeah, I would agree. I would agree. So kind of along those same lines, I didn't get a chance to get into this last week, and that is Senator Joe Manchin and his tease on Hoppy last week that he is looking at possibly switching parties to independent or no party. And, that talk is really no surprise to us in West Virginia, but apparently, based on some of the national coverage that I was trying to catch up on over the weekend, it was a surprise to a lot of the folks on the national level. And look, Senator Manchin is in a tough spot here. And hear me out when I say this, when I say that it seems like no one wants him. I know it sounds cold to say, but again, hear me out on this. Obviously, the Republicans aren't exactly enamored with Senator Manchin, as you would expect. But by the same token, many Democrats aren't either. And as Hoppy pointed out last week, as a Democrat, Joe Manchin really hasn't changed. He is still a classic West Virginia Democrat and always was. Now, there's a couple things here or there, that maybe he kind of got away from that just on a couple things. But by and large, I think that most political experts, which I'm not one, would say that Joe Manchin is a classic West Virginia Democrat. The issue, in my opinion, and we'll get into this with Pushkin and Hodge tomorrow, is that the party's changed. The party has gone left, way left, much more so than in years past. And it's left a lot of middle America, not just West Virginia, but a lot of what we call the flyover states, the normal people, in its dust. And I have no insight as to what Joe Manchin is going to do. I mentioned this last week. I was with one of his staffers in a meeting last week, nothing to do with politics or anything. We just happened to be in the same place. And it's a person I've known that's worked for Senator Manchin for a long time now. And I asked this person, I said, so what do you think? and they said, honestly, I don't know. He did seem to think Senator Manchin was going to run for president, but as far as the party change now, this person didn't really give me any insight there, whether he's going to switch to independent or whatever. Wow. Texters are busy today. Texter says Republicans need to beware of fraudulent Democrats trying to infiltrate the West Virginia GOP. Tess says, will Pushkin have his seminar callers and texters ready to pounce tomorrow, asking for a friend? I don't know. I mean, I'll take the same amount of texts and calls that we always get on the show. Now, where they come from, I don't know. Text says, it's not pro-life, it's pro-birth. That is the fraud perpetrated by all these so-called pro-lifers. Pro-life is cool as long as it means I can control others. If it means I may be inconvenienced slightly by mask requirements, for example, then forget pro-life. Text says, be careful of the party changes. Seems like politicians are concerned for their job. Are they for us or a paycheck? 580 Live is brought to you in part by your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds. Off night tonight for the Birds. They hit the road starting tomorrow night at Staten Island, followed by Long Island. They will return to home next Tuesday night to take on Frederick, Go-Mart Ballpark. For tickets, promotions, schedules, Dirty Birds gear, and more, visit dirtybirdsbaseball.com. We're back after this for the Par Mar Store Studio 580 Live, brought to you by the Thornhill Auto Group on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Are you a physical therapy assistant and looking for an opportunity in orthopedics, wellness, and athletic care? If so, Generations Physical Therapy is offering flexible work hours and an upbeat atmosphere. With 7 convenient locations, Generations may have a job designed for you. Visit generationspt.com.
Elevators. You take them for granted until they let you down. If you're working to maintain a stellar reputation, then let me introduce you to DC Elevator. We want to work with you to make sure your people get where they are going. What could be better than a new company coming to the area and already having 45 years of experience? DC Elevator is bringing a new culture of elevator maintenance, repairs, modernization, and installation to West Virginia. Don't leave your people hanging. For a free consultation, call DC Elevator at 304-345-7222.
We are professional grade. Hey, it's Sydney inviting you to conquer the great outdoors this summer on the Thornhill Motor Mile. The GMC Sierra has you covered. Off-road capability to conquer any terrain. Plus, select new 2023 GMC Sierra trucks available 0.9% APR. Plus $1,250 trade assist. Plus 90-day payment deferral. Plus. Well equipped with our Thornhill Value Plus warranty. Long-term coverage plus. Click or come by today at ThornhillGMSuperstore.com or on US 119 in Chapmanville and drive your summer like a pro. Must qualify for all offers through GM Financial. See Thornhill for all details.
Reckless big government policies are putting the American dream out of reach. We all know Washington is broken, but it doesn't have to be. Senator Joe Manchin could be part of the solution if he stood up for West Virginia values. Instead, he voted with Joe Biden on the Inflation Reduction Act, which led to higher taxes, trillions in new spending, and tens of thousands of new IRS agents. Tell Joe Manchin, Mountaineers want real, common sense solutions. To learn more, visit prosperityispossible.com. Paid for by Americans for Prosperity.
Thrive with 5 at the best community bank in the Kanawha Valley, Poca Valley Bank. Poca Valley Bank is now offering a certificate of deposit special, 10-month APY, annual percentage yield 5%. Take advantage of this great rate to grow your savings. For more information, stop by a Poca Valley Bank location today or call 844-782-2651. Poca Valley Bank, where relationships matter. Certain terms and conditions apply. Rates based on minimum annual percentage yield. Subject to change without notice. Minimum deposit required of $10,000 of new money not currently on deposit with Poca Valley Bank to receive APY. Member FDIC.
Seven minutes away from 10, 580 Live, brought to you part by Generations Physical Therapy. 7 convenient locations along I-64, and they're hiring for both licensed and technically trained staff. For more information, visit generationspt.com. Text says if Manchin was an adjudicated sex abuser who tried to overthrow the government, he'd be a lock for re-election. Text says better watch Pushkin tomorrow. He has a proven history of flying off the handle when he sees free speech he doesn't like on a poster, according to a texter. Well, it's back to school time this week, depending on where you are. If it's not this week, it will be soon. Personnel back in the buildings in Kanawha County today. First day for students is this Friday. A back to school story posted at WCHSnetwork.com featuring some quotes from the interview last week that I did with American Federation of Teachers President Fred Albert. The communications director for Kanawha County Schools, Brianna Warner, says there are still vacancies for teacher slots in the county, but they, meaning Kanawha County, are actually in much better shape than what they have been in years past. Brianna Warner says about 20 posted teaching positions is what they have now, which is better than where they've been in years past. There are also, of course, several positions available for service and other such positions. She says they are recruiting now for special education aides, bus drivers, etc. And you can read the story, read more on the story at WCHSnetwork.com. Speaking of which, I got an email there during the break. I had reached out to Brianna Warner earlier about having Superintendent Tom Williams on the show. He will be on the show this coming Thursday, the day before classes start in Kanawha County. He'll be on the show on Thursday. I want to say congratulations to a few people here at 1111. Announced last week that our friends in the basement, the building is very, very much divided, with 3-4 floors here. But Steve Bishop and Jenny Murray from our morning show in V100, along with the big boss around here, Joe Parsons, will be inducted into the West Virginia Broadcasting Hall of Fame. Now, that induction ceremony is scheduled for October 3rd at the Hall of Fame, which is in the Radio and Television Museum in Huntington. So congratulations to Steve and Jenny and to Joe, all legends in the broadcasting world. Not only legends in this building, but legends in the business. Steve and Jenny have been together for 34 years doing the show together. That's incredible. It really, really, so much deserved, and congratulations to all. Text says the state of neglect of the adoption system in West Virginia is the evidence of conservatives' quote pro-life stance. As the other texter mentioned, conservatives are pro-birth because once a person is born, conservatives believe the government no longer needs to be involved. Well, could there be another Trump indictment this week? This one in Georgia for his efforts to find more votes following the 2020 election. Now, many legal experts say this could be the one. I know you've heard it before. But the Stormy Daniels thing, no. The January 6th thing, going to be really hard to prove. But many say this one could be legit. This case has been 2.5 years in the making. Much longer time spent on this one, apparently more than the others. And you've heard me talk about it before. The more indictments that former President Trump gets, the more his base loves him. And the more the donations to his campaign roll in. I mean, if I'm Trump, I'm looking for things to get indicted for at this point. You know, I'm pointing out stuff to prosecutors. Hey, 2003, did you know I did this? or last week, did you know I did it? Because again, the more indictments he gets, the more likely he is to be the nominee for president on the Republican ticket. This is the alternative universe that we now live in, folks. Now let's switch over to President Biden and the situation with Hunter, and this crap gets even deeper. If you were to get into a time machine and go back 20 or 30 years, and someone told you that the two leading candidates for president, well, first of all, if they told you that they would have a combined age of 877, you probably wouldn't believe it. But if you were told that the candidates could possibly have 4 or more indictments, and the other is accused of having his son peddle his father's influence to line his own pockets, someone would think whoever told you that was crazy. But here we are. And again, I've said it for some time. In a land that is home to 332 million people, these two are the best we can do, really? It kind of makes you think back to things like Iran-Contra or Watergate or Monica Lewinsky. It makes them all kind of look tame by comparison. Text says, there are several options. You have to even avoid the possibility of unwanted or unplanned pregnancy, keeping your legs closed, using a condom, birth control pills, or a shot, abstinence. God forbid you be responsible and practice any of the above so you won't have to be in the position of killing an innocent unborn child. The recipient of the punishment for your actions, not theirs. Text says, Dave, looking forward to Pushkin and Hodges tomorrow. Actually, it's Hodge, but we get the idea. Just let them talk and you stay out of it. Noted. Texas, so happy to have Herbert Hoover High School built. Go Huskies. Texas, Dave, did you really say that Charleston was a Marshall town and not a WVU town? What are you smoking, dude? No one cares about the Huntington Community College here. Well, editor's note, I would say you may want to look at the attendance at the Paint the Capital City Green event last year, or last week, I should say, about 400 or so. So anyway, all right, we got to go. Thank you so much to all my guests today, all the folks from Clendenin, Herbert Hoover High School, and Republican gubernatorial candidate Rashida Yost. Tomorrow, it's Hodge versus Pushkin. Hoppy with the news coming up. I will see you tomorrow. Till tomorrow, have fun and love somebody.
WCHS AM, 96.5 FM Charleston, and 104.5 Cross Lanes, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.